This is Logical MGTOW. Welcome to another segment with Logical MGTOW Spock right here. Um, I know I don't normally make a second video within the same day and possibly in the sense of the same week all the time, but I felt that I needed to mention a few other things I didn't mention on my first video of today essentially. And I can tell you a number of which is the aspect that um, that there are many MGTOW haters to start with that go to the aspect of thinking that they're top dog or top of the most handsome person on the fucking face of the planet, like they're God's gift to women. They're not. No man is God's gift to women. No man and no woman is God's gift to man either. The basic fact is that logically there are MGTOW haters out there, like Nick Henry Cruiser. He calls him the MGTOW. He calls himself the MGTOW Slayer, and he's not. And he calls himself a introvert. He's not either. I've talked to him on the app known as the Instagram app. And he's logically and surprisingly, I should say, admitted that he has a pretty good, shall we say, diagnosed disability. And the other part of it is that simply that yet he thinks that he's they hear men like a hero to women essentially. He's not. He thinks also that he can basically tear down MGTOW, a global group male gathering, when he cannot. And in addition with that, he thinks that also that he can scare us MGTOW back to the plantation. In hindsight, he thinks by doing that he thinks he's a hero to women. But yet, when he, as well as other male MGTOW haters, go to the aspect of, say, the marital aspects, they will find out eventually that not only the fact that the woman will cheat on him, regardless if he thinks that he won't be cheated on, he'll find out. The MGTOW haters will find out. The other aspect is that when he does, he'll probably simp and blue a purple pill, whether if he's married to the bitch or not, and find out that she will take him for everything he has, money and resources, all in one, even through the court system. Because as I've said many times, and I know many other MGTOW members have said that women have the courts. Women will easily take men, um, for everything that they have through the court system. Even women like this one. I know you can probably see her clearly now, but to a point maybe. This blonde-haired chick right here. Women like her, as well as many others, can easily take us men to the cleaners, as it's called, through the court system by taking a percentage of our income and bank account and a percentage of our resources, and think that that's the way to build themselves up emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise, and to better themselves. That's not that's not the way to be. And on top of that, we have a number of MGTOW members that are in the young aspects, starting with the former MGTOW member by the name of Brandon King. he he at one point felt that he had to drop the MGTOW acronym. He didn't have to, but yet at the same time that he said he was going to go by the MGTOW way of not cohabitating with women and all those other things. But the one thing is that I know eventually, being as young as he is, as well as many of our other MGTOW young youth, that they will eventually go to the points to where they will cohabitate with a woman, whether if they think it will happen or not. It happens. And this is not an attack towards Brandon King or anybody in the MGTOW manosphere either. But the one thing is, I'm being honest and logical about the whole thing and realistic. And also, just before I mention anything else, logical MGTOW is going, and many other MGTOW members can follow this if they want to. Many people know that of the WWE, the former WWF. Of course, it was the WWF in the 1980s till the World Wildlife Foundation sued the WWF for the acronym of the WWF, even though they had two different meanings and whatnot, which was illogical of the World Wildlife Foundation to do that type of shit. But anyway, now it's known as the WWE since the 1990s. And anyways, there's a wrestler by the name of John Cena. He essentially went into the base of cohabitating with a woman through the diva aspect, or diva gathering. That Then he married her in real life. Then, of course, from what I understand, even from some YouTubers, is that he possibly divorced at some point. Whether if it's true or not, that's between him and her. Nobody, not even the media, has a right to dive in to the wrestlers and the divas personally. But the basic fact is that I respect John Cena, and I will always respect John Cena, and I will always respect the Undertaker and Hulk Hogan and many others that are no longer with us, especially. And anyways, getting back onto what I was saying is that Brendan King. This is, like I said, this is not an attack. This is just telling you straight up. I'm telling people straight out truth of even people within your age and younger. And the one thing is that once you cohabitate with a woman, you cannot say that you are MGTOW, and you cannot practice the philosophy of MGTOW. Just like you cannot practice the teachings of Tom Likas. The one thing is that many MGTOW haters, such as McHenry, as well as many others, think that they can try to act like they're the God's gift to women, and women think that a number of women think that they're the God's gift to man. That is, that's false. No man on the planet is a God's gift to woman. No woman on the planet is a God's gift to man. I mean, you can be fucking a supermodel, as beautiful as all. It doesn't matter. Or you can easily be someone like, I don't know, someone like Tom Cruise, and be a heartthrob like, I don't know, Donnie Wahlberg and and uh, and many other singers, right? Vocalists essentially, and yet it still doesn't make you the God's gift to woman or the God's gift to man. In any case, the basic fact is that I know that Donnie Wahlberg, as well as Jordan Knight, as well as many other singers and vocalists, know this. Yet the ones that are using the aspect of their popularity to use the falsery of, oh, we're the God's gift to man. No other man can be just like us. That's true. No man is trying to be like them in real reality. We men can be who we are and better ourselves from within to start, and to better ourselves and still stay who we are. But the basic fact is, it doesn't mean that we have to do what society expects of us in the sense of being subservient to the woman. That's exactly what the women and the MGTOW haters want us to do. And we MGTOW will not fall for that crap. Thereby, also, like I said in one of my other videos, when the more the MGTOW haters, such as McHenry, keep on trying to attack even any number of our MGTOW members, they are burning the bridge to ever coming into MGTOW manosphere. Once they find out that they are not as it's all cracked up to be. Essentially, they are not the God's gift woman. They are not ones that we wouldn't be cheated on. We wouldn't be done wrong by women. We're God's gift to women. We're the hero for women. That's why we're going against MGTOW type of thing. That's the more you MGTOW male haters put that in your mind, you're not really doing anything better for you by lying, and also you're not doing anything better for the male gender by trying to go against by going against the Constitution, right? By saying, "Oh, you're not a gentleman by hating women," when MGTOW don't hate women. You're not a gentleman by not taking a woman out and giving her everything she wants. You want to get you male haters want to give a woman everything she wants. She'll expect even more on her timeline. That's one thing you do not get. It won't work definitely from others to where just because you think you're a hero for women or God's gift to women, they won't work differently to where the woman won't expect a whole lot from you on her timeline. It'll be continuously the same thing. Mm, every woman who I've gone with in my past has expected to get shit on her timeline, and it will happen to you. And it's happened to many other MGTOW members. That's why we've gone towards the base of MGTOW. Because also not only with that we've been done wrong, and a number of the MGTOW who saw this being done to women, such as Mr. Hate Vicious, has seen this being done to men by women, essentially, has chose not to cohabitate with women, and I respect him for that, and I respect him as a human being. With that, on top of that, and the one other aspect is that many of you MGTOW haters don't realize that you will eventually need some support and backing type structure. You will not get that from MGTOW the more you attack us by trying to say that we're not really men because we don't cohabitate with women, or that we're not really men because we hate women. We don't hate women. MGTOW is not about hate. We rise above hate, as the other saying of John Cena's is. And also, in the sense of hustle, loyalty, and respect, is also John Cena's saying. The basic fact is that women do not know how to have lost the ability to be loyal. And also, they've lost the ability to respect us men. But at the same time, as I said before, many feminists have cheered, essentially, when every guy that's been done wrong by a woman, even in the court aspects of divorce, and where the man ends up ending his life. And when a man does that, the feminists and the Me Too movements cheer as if they did some sort of a success story. When really, guess where that leads the feminist and Me Too movement little bitches. That leads them to the points to where their souls will take them straight into the hell's pit. And when you get into the damned point of Satan's lair, you women will not be able to get out of it, especially with your assuming that you can get every guy that you think you can, on top of which thinking you can judge men as well as anybody else. Because if you think that, you're going against the Bible. Along with cheating on a man, you're going against the Bible. by even going to the points of adultery if you're married to a man. And the adultery aspect is another way of saying cheating on a man. You will not be welcomed into the gates of heaven, even after you repented the first time. And granted, like I said in my other video earlier, that you will be forgiven the first time. But if a woman continuously does the wrong thing in the sense of cheating, adultery, and wrongful judgments and assumptions and shit like that, right? Anything sinful, anything negative and sinful, your soul will be leading you to the depths of hell. It will do the same thing to those MGTOW haters. It will do the same thing to many men who are not in MGTOW, who do not have anything against MGTOW, who have sinned more than once, especially it doesn't matter what action, what negative action it is. So basically, again, I commend and think that it's logical that McHenry admitted the fact that he has a particular shall we say, medically diagnosed disability. He didn't have to show, of course, granted, he didn't have to show, granted, his proof in the sense of what type of medication he takes. That's MGTOW doesn't care about that. But the one thing is that when it comes to saving lives, we save men's lives. Like I mentioned, Mr. Hate Vicious has done for one person. Recently, or at least semi-recently to this point, and I know he's probably still talking with him from time to time, as I said in my earlier video of today, and 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 the one thing is that again, you MGTOW haters need to realize we don't hate women. We just are not going to put up with the hypergamy bullshit and the lying, cheating little mind game type of manipulation from women, that women think that they can get anything that they want on their timeline, which is not realistic. Okay, the basic fact is that here's the here's the entitlement aspect for both males as well as females, right? Yet in the court system, even after taking a man for everything he has, and since a percentage of what he has, women think that their entitlements are like this, and they expect the entitlements to be higher than the man's at any level. But guess what, though, ladies? The entitlements will always be like this, court or not. But here's another aspect of it: what the feminist and Me Too movement bitches are finally gradually realizing. Many men are going away from women because they don't want to deal with the mind game bullshit, the manipulation, hypergamous bullshit from women. Especially of the fact that when women think, they kind of second guess themselves, going, I wonder if I chose the right person to be with and have children with. And I've said this before. I wonder if here's another part of the woman. I wonder if I need to look elsewhere. And yet they're already married though at this point at times. And yet they're already seriously in the relationship with the guy. And they've already devoted their love and everything to the guy at this point too at times. And then even if they're in a relationship or marriage with the guy, doesn't matter who it is, they at one point, even while they're working, find another guy they get a liking to, and eventually, they end up cheating on the guy that they're with, married or still in a serious or not so serious relationship with. And yet they come over to the guy and expect him to fucking forgive her ass for cheating on his ass. And at times there are guys that do simp and forgive her. No more of that. No more of that, men. Do not forgive a woman for cheating on her, but for cheating on you, essentially. Don't forgive a woman for cheating on you, essentially, because it's just an open door for them to do it again. But when and if they do it again, bingo, you won't know about it unless you catch them. And they can time it pretty damn well at times. Not all the time, granted, but they can when you least expect it. The basic fact is also is that women don't realize though when they do this type of shit, then they think that they're the only best person or best woman that any guy that they're with can ever get. That's a load of shit. And yet when women have been pumped and dumped, they don't like that. I really liked the guy, and he only wanted pussy from me. And then there are times where the guy sticks around for a certain length of time. Then they get kind of uneven and kind of disagreements, whatnot, right? Then when they make up and everything, even sexually, whatever, or not, then eventually the guy just doesn't do a second or third or however many show up to the woman, and the woman wonders what the hell's going on and thinks that she had him, that he really loved her and all this other stuff, right? When men think the same thing when it comes to women, though. See, there's the thing right there. So, but yet, when there's a lot of this game playing crap going on, mostly by women, even nowadays, due to the current feminist movement, then of course things happen continuously, and not one person has broken the cycle, but MGTOW will break the cycle because the feminist movement doesn't intend to break the cycle, except for when it comes to better benefiting the woman and making the woman better, more beneficial than the man, and that's illogical and sinful, all in the same aspect. Nobody is better than anybody, regardless of the gender. It doesn't matter if you're able to still get women and fuck them and dump them, and still stay MGTOW. It doesn't matter if the woman can do the same thing to the guy and still stay a fucking feminist and a Me Too following bitch. On both aspects, you're going against the Bible. Yes, we all have needs and urges and whatnot, right? That's understandable. But the one thing is, we got to do one thing, man. And it doesn't mean pork off either. But the one thing is that we gotta control our urges, unfortunately, due to the fact that the woman. Although we could easily stay in MGTOW and just pump and dump and not even have anything to do with a woman after such. But yet I know eventually she'll go. There are a number of women that will go and try to get back with you, thinking that they can sucker you into their little web, if you will, to the point where you're back into the plantation. And where, as I've said before in one of my other videos, is that where women think automatically that they will give you everything that you want. They'll say it outright, but yet same time, as I said before, they'll think that you're gonna give me what I want, even though I just said I'm gonna give you what you want. As if it's a one-time deal for us, but it's a more than one-time deal for them. Mm-mm. Doesn't work that way in reality. It doesn't work that way in any aspect. And it doesn't even work that way in true actual logic. The basic fact is that women have lost their way, just like the Democrats have lost their way. The Democrats have lost their way even after JFK was assassinated by doing what's right for this country and the American people. Now the Democrats of today are trying to voice out that they're going to do what's right for the American people, as if what's being done right now that's right for the American people is not the right way. It's not American. Yet they don't like it when the opposing party, being the Republican Party, in this case Donald J. Trump, is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and it's been more than beneficial for this country, and it's been more than beneficial for the American people and our youth. Thereby, the Democrats don't like being outdone. Obviously, thereby the only card that they can play is the fucking socialism card, and socialism is not a good thing. Thereby, also, women think that they can use their bodies and whatnot else, and their little words and whatnot, and try to convince men to come back to the plantation, and their words of attack and trying to um, emotionally tear down the man. Mm-mm. And yet, there's MGTOW haters, the MGTOW haters, who are males, trying to do that for women, as if it's some sort of fucking thing to where the MGTOW hater, the male hater, would be able to get with a woman, but yet guess what though, it ain't gonna work that way, because we MGTOW are too strong. The one thing also is that the male haters essentially will eventually find out in their own time, in their own way, whether they believe it or not. The woman will do them wrong, and they'll want male support. Therefore, they'll eat their negative words against MGTOW and want to join us. But guess what? If they keep on attacking us, MGTOW, then they'll have no way to get to us, because their metaphorical bridges will be toasted, gone in the little bits of dust, all piled into a hill. So the basic fact is that McHenry and many other MGTOW male haters need to realize this and much more when it comes to women and when it comes to MGTOW, because we will not put up with the hypergamy bullshit from women any longer. We will not put up with the mind games and control and the usage and the fact of women think that they can use their bodies and their words by saying, "Oh, I'm not like other women." Bull fucking shit. There was a woman on here I was talking to at one point. She tried to explain that she's not like her and other women to me, and she was all saying that, she was all trying to work herself around the fucking fact that oh, you need to love and respect the woman, and yet she didn't mention about her respecting the man. She just tried to work around, trying to, as if I didn't see something that she was saying, yet she proved my fucking point in the same fucking time. That women are only out for themselves. They only want to get with men to benefit themselves. They don't care anymore about the man, when in reality, and even in the spiritual aspect, that marriage is supposed to be an equal partnership where both better each other equally. Yet the woman wants to better herself more so than the man. Thereby, as long as she gets what she wants, that's all she cares about. That kind of makes it go this way versus this way together. And the feminist movement has said, oh, men and women are equal. Well, fucking shit. The basic fact is, if that was the case, then the feminist movement and the Me Too movement would not cheer every time a guy offs himself, even after a bad divorce, after being torn away from his children, making him feel less of a man on top of that, in the psychological aspects as well. So then that means the feminist movement and the Me Too movement saying men and women are equal is a load of shit. Is way more than a load of shit. And guess what, ladies? You may not like it. But you're gonna hear a lot of us MGTOW men and possibly, hopefully, other men will continuously say no. And I know women don't like that. We're not gonna give in to your hypergamy, phony bullshit. We are not gonna give in to you, regardless of your petite, skinny, whatever, and hotter than hell, whatever the hell else that you may think that you can try to get. And get this, ladies, you will not get your way when it comes to us, us MGTOW men and any other man that is actually waking up to the realization of how you really are about, what you really are about, even at current. And the MGTOW member, the male haters of MGTOW, essentially, you will find for yourself what we have said in the MGTOW manosphere is more than logical, more than true, and more than factual. And I can tell you, it's said mostly by those who have experienced it for themselves, and one of them being, of course, Tom Likas, as well as several other MGTOW members that have been and have seen it. Even the ones that have not experienced it for themselves, but have seen it and don't want to have anything to do with it for themselves. And the basic fact is that you'll see in due time MGTOW male haters, as well as including Mick Henry, will see it for himself, and they'll wish that the MGTOW male haters will wish that they didn't go against MGTOWs as much as they have. That's the truth. And again, just to let you MGTOW members know, on Saturday through till next Saturday, Logical MGTOW is going to be starting a John Cena week. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Thereby, we can make videos of our own hobbies, likings, whatever, or we can also do another big MGTOW video. That's our own choice. But at the same time, we don't have to direct it towards women if we don't. So if we don't want to, essentially. But the basic fact is also we can make videos that don't have to do with the feminist movement, but also we can also um, do things online of our own accord or even offline of our own accord. The basic fact is that as long as we stay MGTOW, that's all that would matter in the sense. But also, as we and build ourselves up emotionally, psychologically, and also stay strong, stay MGTOW, and also keep the MGTOW philosophy and much more and within us as we build ourselves up. But of course, the John Cena week can be extended if so wanted, and also, as I said, the MGTOW manosphere could use it and it could be spanned on across of the John Cena week that Logical MGTOW is doing, starting this Saturday. It could be stretched across the whole entire manosphere, and the MGTOW members and brothers can use it on their own accord. Anyway, and if there's any other aspects, just to let you know also that Brandon King, you are welcome back into the MGTOW manosphere, but also know this. I know as a young person, this is no attack, just to let you know ahead of time, but I know as a young person, you will say that you will be following the same aspect of the MGTOW philosophy, but I know eventually, and I'm not the fortune teller, nothing like this, but the basic fact is, I know many young youth, even at your age, will eventually succumb to the female attribute eventually, and of course, that's that could be also seen as a normal thing. But the one thing is that believe me, you'll hopefully understand it even as you go through it. And but do know this, Brandon King, we MGTOW respect you still. Um, this is logical MGTOW Spock. Live long and prosper. Hustle, loyalty, and respect to inform men and the MGTOW members and brothers. And stay strong, stay MGTOW, MGTOW for life. And all men, even MGTOW men and members and brothers, please stay safe. Do not succumb to the feminist female tractor beam aspect and the feminist little bitch web. Have a good day.